I know, you want to know the exact answer, right? And you'd love to hear that it's gonna take you 1 to 3 months and a budget of $300. I wish it were that simple. However, in this video, I would love to address the concern of every person who's been doing or thinking about doing SEO. How long does it take for SEO to work? And while there's no one universal answer, I'll show you the results of a research that involved over 100 million domains, out of which 42,391 are actively focusing on SEO. We'll take a look at how they performed and what this 1% of top performance have in common. 5 golden best practices you need to follow if you want to get amazing rankings on search engine results pages for your website blazing fast. Let's start. Now, I own a marketing agency that is largely focused on growing organic traffic. The question I get almost every day is, if I hire you, will my website rank next month? Now, if your potential SEO provider is honest, the answer you'll typically hear is,
I don't know.
Like, I will do my best, I will comply with the best practices, but I will not guarantee you will rank. Why? Just because there are so many factors influencing your performance in search engines. So the research on 42,000 domains actively focused on SEO came in very handy. Before I show you the graph, I want you to think about your answer to this question. Do you think it's possible to significantly grow your website's organic traffic in 6 months? What about a year? What about 2 years? And what's been your experience so far? I would love to hear from you in the comments. I'm not actually going to tease you for a lot of time, so here are the results. So there were 42,391 domains focused on growing organic traffic, and these are their results. In the first 6 months, they saw an increase in organic search traffic by 11.4%. In the second 6 months, they saw an increase of 9.58% over the first 6 months. And in the second year, they saw an explosive growth of nearly 50% over the first year. In the year 3, they saw an increase of 30.7% over year 2, and in the year 4, they saw additional growth of 13.5%. Each one of the 5 periods that were illustrated is compared to the previous period, and they are not equal, so pay attention. Now, there are a few more things that I would love to touch on based on this graph. First off, we don't know whether these websites are brand new domains and brand new websites, or existing websites. It has to do a lot with how fast and how well the website ranks. I would assume that these are not new websites. And the second key takeaway here would be that SEO is a journey with long-term implications. I mean, this picture clearly shows that you should not expect fast results from SEO. For fast results, you have paid traffic. Having said that, it doesn't mean that swift results are impossible. It is possible to grow from scratch to 100,000 visitors a month. There are a few limitations though. It largely depends on your niche. I don't mean to discourage you, but it's not possible to achieve fast results in each and every niche. You are in a highly competitive market with a lot of competition in search engine results pages. You have to do on-page and off-page SEO for months consistently before you see any results. So please don't take 100,000 visitors a month as a benchmark. It's more of a high-performing website that is laser-focused on the right actions and also has very broad target addressable market. We'll get back to that. So based on this extensive research, you will typically see the big results, the explosive growth on the second year of your SEO efforts. And it's actually very similar to my experience too. But wait, there's more to that. It turns out the top performing website had something in common. They were all following the same series of steps. So if you want amazing rankings for your website faster than that, it really makes sense to stick to what they did right. And I bet some of these will surprise you. So here are 5 golden best practices you need to follow if you want to get amazing rankings on search engine results pages for your website blazing fast. First, an easy one. Keep your content up to date. Entrepreneurs and marketers often talk about creating new content and keep forgetting about the huge asset that they already have, updating their existing content. You see, Google wants their users to read fresh and relevant content. How often do you click on search engine results that are over 3 years old? Chances are you prefer updated, fresh content over stale content. That's why Google algorithm prioritizes freshness. SEO specialists know that for sure. So here's the deal. You already have a lot of useful information on your website, so why not update it? There are always a lot of ways to update your content. Perhaps you forgot to include something important in the first place, or something in your industry changed, or there's fresh data that you could add. Updating your existing content would take up less resource, yet would be much more important in terms of rankings, especially if your piece of content was in good standings with Google. The next point all the top performing websites had in common is they have built a brand. Here's a mistake a lot of beginners do, and I was not an exception. I would just take a random, very descriptive domain, and then I would discover that there are a lot of companies using the same name that are already very well ranked in search engines, and such descriptive names make it nearly impossible for a prospect to find you. The way you could avoid this mistake is by building a brand. Check out your competitors, choose an attractive name, and treat your website as a brand, even if you are still not yet sure about its future. Next, top-ranking websites know how to leverage trends. Out of 138 websites, those performing exceptionally well had spikes in organic traffic. And these were not spikes related to algorithm updates. Those were spikes related to news. And those people knew how to ride the waves of trends and gain more organic traffic. And it's actually not that hard to ride trends. You just have to find them in your space. Think about it. What events are happening in your industry that are already scheduled and that everyone follows? For crypto, that might be Bitcoin halving. For SEO, that might be Google algorithm updates. For a movie website, that might be the Oscars. Have you grasped the idea here? There is always something happening in the world that a lot of people from your industry are following, and that's a great way to get more traffic that you should use. The next one is really simple: faster load time. Faster load times clearly lead to more search traffic. And here's how fast the 1% loaded versus the rest. Therefore, it makes a lot of sense to check your website speed via PageSpeed Insights and take a look at what is slowing down your website and what can be done with it. And the last thing all of these websites had in common is a big total addressable market. You might have watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to build a niche website, and this works well to an extent. Niche websites help you to rank faster than average websites just because they are so laser focused. But on the flip side of the coin, there comes a time when you clearly feel that you have used all the possible keywords in your micro niche. I have a few niche websites, and initially they performed exceptionally well, above average definitely. But over time, as I was expanding the focus, I rarely managed to significantly increase the traffic of the website. So the more people might read your content or buy your products, the more potential traffic you might get. So if you can, in terms of SEO, try to change a big market and offer a variety of products that appeal to a lot of people and companies. So what are the key takeaways? In summary, to get significant search traffic, it takes about a year and a half. If that's a brand new domain or site, that might take even longer. What I can tell you for a fact is that SEO is worth it. It's a wonderful feeling, actually, that whoever searches for your product today will find you. Once you establish a steady stream of organic traffic, you can relax and enjoy your passive income. I mean, your online business will be working for you even when you're sleeping. Isn't that a dream? If you have any additional questions or comments, leave them below this video. I hope this video was useful. Thank you for watching and see you next week.